We've all heard the cliches. Just think happy thoughts, look on the bright side, or it could be worse. These familiar phrases have been most of our go-tos in hopes of making our loved ones or even ourselves feel better.
Keep in mind that every emotion that we experience is useful. And in fact, feeling our emotions will help us heal.
Life reinvention coach Dan Manson says now more than ever do we need to understand the difference between positivity and toxic positivity.
Toxic positivity can be diminishing our own emotions, but also trying to diminish the emotions of other people.
Dan sheds some light on how we can avoid toxic positivity. And it all starts with how we can see the signs.
The minute that we start to feel something that's unpleasant, we look for ways to numb out. And that's the key difference with toxic positivity versus optimism.
And while optimism shows up as anticipation of good times ahead, toxic positivity, on the other hand,
usually shows up more like denial, avoidance, and sticking our head in the sand.
And he says it can rear its ugly little head in almost every facet of our lives.
Toxic positivity in finances is just taking that credit card statement every month and shoving it in your junk drawer and never opening it. Toxic positivity in relationships is knowing that your needs aren't being met, but rather than speaking up, it's pouring a glass of wine and scrolling through Instagram.
Dan says one surefire way to avoid toxic positivity with ourselves is to first acknowledge our feelings and then keep in mind
there is one word that is super important that will help you get through any difficult time in your life, and that is context.
Life is filled with obstacles to overcome, and if we're going through hard times, Dan says we should be more honest about our current circumstances. Because a negative emotion doesn't have to be a negative thing.
Sometimes when we're at our saddest, when we're at our most angry or frustrated, that's when we want to turn things around.
He says if we're authentic with our hopeful thoughts, it'll help us move forward easier because negative emotions can't hurt us, but what we do with them can.
Nobody's ever fallen apart from feeling an emotion. Most of the time, people fall apart from repressing and not feeling the emotions.
Finally, when it comes to our loved ones, empathy is key.
Being present for somebody and allowing them to have their own emotional experience without trying to change it, tell them that they're wrong.
Dan says it's important to meet people where they are emotionally.
It's a way that we can make people feel seen and heard, to mirror back, to repeat to them what they're experiencing.
And sometimes it's as simple as
letting them know we love them, that we're going to be there for them, and we believe in their ability to turn things around.
Positively avoiding toxic positivity is what's on top of the list.